Okay, so today we are joined by Kerrie Holmes. Now, Kerrie is one of my good friends, and she's also in our local mastermind group that we have here on the Sunshine Coast. And I thought Kerrie could be the very first on-air mentoring client because she does have two amazing businesses, and I know she has a lot of questions that she would like answered and some help with. So thanks so much for joining us, Kerrie.
Thanks for having me, Teresa. It's lovely to be here.
So to start off, there is a little bit of a lag, so I'm just warning everyone. But to start off, I just wanted to get you to tell us a little bit about your businesses.
Okay, so my first business is Kerrie Holmes Soul Searching, and I've had this business for quite a few years. So in that business, I am a kinesiologist and a spiritual medium. So I'm getting a lot of female business entrepreneurs coming to me and wanting me to help them clear their money blocks. That's the main one that they'll come to me for. So it's because they're wanting to step up their business and earn the next income bracket, and also just helping them with their goals that they're setting in their business, just so that they can achieve them. And also they might have some programs that they're thinking about launching, but they're not really sure. And so I will tap in and see exactly what they need to be doing. And at the end of the session, they basically have a lot of clarity and just a really clear path of where they're going. So that's the Kerrie Holmes business. And then I also have Nude Superfoods, which is a health food product. So at the moment, I've got one blend in there of superfood powders, and it's a Super 7 blend. So it's like a multivitamin in a powder form. So my husband and I created that business together just because we were so passionate about health and wellbeing, and it really changed our lives. So we've got lots of products to come in that business. But yeah, I'm having the problem of how do I merge the two together.
Yeah. Okay, brilliant. And so what I wanted to do today, I guess, was put it to you because I know you've got a couple of questions there. So, and I guess you just sort of covered off on one of them, which is how to merge. So is that, where are you at with that at the moment with the merging part?
So I'm getting a little bit more clarity around it. I guess I was thinking that the Nude Superfoods was the brand, and then Kerrie Holmes was the therapist.
Yeah.
And so because I am quite spiritual in the way that I work in Kerrie Holmes, I didn't want it to frighten off my Nude Superfoods clients, even though it seems to be the same demographic of people. It's a lot of women buying it, you know, around their 30s, 40s, 50s.
Yeah.
And it's kind of the same with the clients at Kerrie Holmes that are coming through. So I know that they could be merged.
Yeah. Okay. I think that's a really great point. So you have a similar demographic. So if we were looking to merge, there's no dramas there because it's the same demographic. It's the same client base, basically. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so what's the biggest block for you there then? Because I know you mentioned that you thought that the product, so it's essentially a product and then there's you. And so the product would be the Nude Superfoods. So what do you think that block is around that merging the two?
I guess because, like I was saying, Kerrie Holmes is the way that I work is quite spiritual.
Yeah.
The way that I work with people. And then, and I guess I was looking at Nude Superfoods as a brand, and so I've been too scared to put a lot into Nude Superfoods in the way of content to try and be normal with it, to try and appeal to everybody. But like I've mentioned to you before, the more I focus on one business, the other one dies. And then if I come across to the other one slows off. So that's why I really need to merge them and kind of have the same message, I guess, so that I can put all my energy into it so they both kind of thrive.
Yeah.
So I guess, I've been scared to what message do I share in nude superfoods so I don't frighten people off?
Yeah. So there's a few things there, and I think this is something that we come across a lot in an entrepreneurial sort of space. We do care what people think of us. It's just the human way. And I think even though I know and love what you do in your Kerrie Holmes business, because even yesterday when we were having coffee, you picked up on things just from sitting there with me, which is amazing. So I think that your client base are already very open to what you do. And if your client base from Kerrie Holmes are open with what you do, then if that's the same demographic as the nude superfood, then there really is there's nothing that's stopping you. I feel like there is a bit of a separation, because for so long, I guess, you have been sort of separating the two and looking at them as two separate entities. But really the way I'm seeing it is you have a common theme. It's you believe in, wellness and health and wellness, and the way you can help people is in that holistic manner. It's not just one way. It's you look at their, muscle testing, you look at them spiritually, you look at, you also look at their health and well-being side of things, the nutrition. So Kerrie Holmes as one is one big, holistic wellness entity. That's how I'm seeing it. So essentially the nude foods is definitely just a product of your Kerrie Holmes brand. So, and I know that it sounds a bit tricky because I know you've been building them up as two separate ones. But you can see that the people that you're dealing with in your Kerrie Holmes business right now, have you sort of tried to chat to them about the nude superfood product?
No, I haven't, because I seem to be attracting women that are female entrepreneurs. So it's all about clearing their money blocks and kind of in the business area. We kind of not really touching on their health area.
Okay.
So I did wonder, should I offer a couple of options to work with me? So one would be for your health and well-being, and one would be for your business.
Yeah.
It's just a thought. Yeah,
absolutely. Or you could take that holistic approach. So very much like myself, I do the business and lifestyle because I like to incorporate both because I feel like you need it, especially busy entrepreneurs. Yes, they might have money blocks, but there's probably a whole lot of other stress and things that are happening in their life. And a lot of the times we can narrow a few of those things back down to nutrition and how we're looking after ourselves on the inside as well. So definitely I think you can offer the two
absolutely.
the services. And so I know when we mentioned earlier the demographic was the same. So I think what I'm hearing is maybe the age groups are the same, but not necessarily their needs and what they look like are the same. So that could be the tricky part as well.
Yes.
So you have your, I guess, would you say that you have more families and mums for the nude superfood in that age group?
It's more the mums that are coming to buy it for themselves.
Yeah. Okay. Excellent.
Because they're wanting more energy and to feel better. So that's mainly who's coming for that one.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So, and just because you have a product and it's under the umbrella of your holistic health, so your holistic, wellness umbrella can cover a lot of different things. And I know everyone goes, you have to niche down to this particular person, but it could be that you're niching down to a particular service. So you're offering, health and well-being to people. Yes, you have your two very set ones there. So you do have your entrepreneurs. Maybe are they female entrepreneurs? Maybe are they women who have families as well?
Yeah, always female.
Yeah. And do they have families as well? Are they mums?
Yeah.
So
half are mums and half are single.
okay.
Yeah.
So there just could be something in that. There could be, you know, you could find your sort of main target are the mum market, and it might not be specifically narrowed down to entrepreneur or just mum, but it could just be the holistic service that you're offering and how you can sort of serve it to your clients. But I definitely would think that it is a product. And it falls under the main umbrella of Kerrie Holmes and you know, all of the things that you can offer those people. And I feel that the people who will want that service will kind of be attracted to you from different elements anyway, for the different things that you can do rather than just one thing. And it may be that these sessions that you're doing with these ladies, so I know you touched on with me a couple of weeks ago that the clients that are coming to you are already in the health industry, aren't they? For the kinesiology and the blocks?
Yes.
So do you...
Yeah, most of them are, yeah.
Yeah. So do you feel like there is a nice, you know, a sort of sisterhood there where you can start looking at chatting to them about the product as well? Because they're already working in that industry and I guess seeing clients who might benefit from it.
Absolutely. I hadn't even thought about that before.
Yeah. So it might be, you know,
definitely
focus down more on that sort of field because that's where the clients are coming to you for Kerrie Holmes. And I know you're passionate about both businesses, but you're very much, I think, like me in that sense that what you do at Kerrie Holmes is your full passion and the nude superfoods is your passion too, but it's like a side product of your main passion. So if you just start focusing on the clients that you're seeing through Kerrie Holmes and looking at those clients for the opportunities to sell the product, you know, there will still be opportunities come from different places also, you know, to buy the product. But I think if you just focus in on the existing group that you have, that might really help. Because, you know, if they're already seeing clients
I love that.
in the health industry, that's a really beautiful gateway for you to hop into.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes, I hadn't thought about that before. And I love what you said about niching to the service because I have been caught up in being really specific about a person and that's just what throws me out.
Yeah. Oh, look, there's a lot of, obviously niching down to a person works beautifully for a lot of people, but there's really no one mold fits all in the world of running a business. And sometimes it really does come down to service that you offer. And because you do offer a lot of different amazing services, you're going to have people that come to you for different things and they're not always going to be the same slot A or slot B kind of a person. So
in saying that, how should I promote that on my Kerrie Holmes? Should I have different options for different sessions? Because at the moment I'm just basically saying that I do kinesiology Skype sessions. So should I be more specific and have different options?
Yeah, okay. I think one of the things that I've started to do lately, because mine is a bit of a holistic approach as well, with the lifestyle and business, I think it's important when you, on your services page, to be able to say, these are the things that I can assist you with. I can do this, I can do this, and I can do this. So you're kind of listing the different things that you can help them with. And then even if then you set a standard kind of package or timing, so maybe then you'll have a 1 session is this much and 3 sessions is this much, or however you want to work it. But depending on the client's need is what you will focus on within that session. So you're really tailoring the session around
love it.
that beautiful services that they need from you.
Yeah.
And then
love it.
Yeah, and I think the other thing with the product, it will, it's kind of going to be a bit of a slow burn, I think, to start off with. It obviously will be perfect to have on your website so people can see it. And I definitely would look to, every time you send out a newsletter for Kerrie Holmes, have it down the bottom, have you checked out our online store? Because that store down the track might be more than just, as you mentioned, you've got other products you want to bring out. So that store is really a key for them to go and have a look at that stuff. So social media, I've looked at your social media, and I love how you share different things. And I think even if you start putting a little bit more product placement into different things every now and then to mix it up between your services and a bit of the product, that will just really help sort of put it out there a bit more as well.
Yeah, love that. Yeah, that's great.
Awesome.
So keep a separate page for Kerrie Holmes and Nude Superfoods.
So website.
It's like for Facebook, and then perhaps,
Yeah, so I still think you can keep it separate on Facebook, because it is still that brand, and it is an amazing brand. So you do still want to have that brand presence there. And through Facebook is probably where you may start attracting those other clients, because I think of the product, you do have a lot of ideal clients. You do have a wide range of clients who would like the product. Might not just be women, it might be men, it might be health conscious people. So there's such a broad range. So you do want to still have that out there, I think, on that Facebook presence. But I think definitely when it comes to your website, it would be really good to have it all in the one spot. And what's going to happen there too is people will come and buy the product, and they're going to click on the link from your Facebook, and they're always going to be led back to your main page. So they always know that the product also, there's an amazing lady behind the product who can offer all these other different services for my health and well-being in that holistic sense.
Yeah.
So I think that's a really good way to go.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Does
beautiful.
that make you feel a little bit more confident about
and so the other question...
Yeah, you're right.
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, no, that's great. And the other question I had was, so I've been really wanting to create a Facebook group, just so I can really support and educate these ladies. And so I've just kind of been struggling around, I guess, the whole theme of that, how I should theme it.
Yeah. So tell me, for the Facebook group.
Like, should it?
Yeah. For the Facebook group, what would your main aim be? What's your main aim for that group?
I guess just to really support and educate women, because I get a lot of women text messaging me like just for support, I guess. Yeah. And so I thought if I just had a Facebook page, it'd be really lovely for other women to come in so we can all really support each other.
Absolutely. And is it just on their health health topics, is it? Yeah.
A lot of it is, it can be around health, but a lot of it is around like clarity in their business and just feeling off.
Okay, yeah.
And I guess just being alone, you know what it's like working from home. It can be really quite lonely. So I think there is a lot of business emphasis in there as well. So that's why I've been a bit really stuck about adding the nutrition in with the business, because some clients aren't into business.
Yeah.
And that's where it gets tricky.
Yeah. So, the Facebook group, You can either go two ways. You can go very, very specific, and if you're finding that a lot of the people who are contacting you are more in that entrepreneurial space, then definitely I would focus it around a supportive community of women entrepreneurs who can contact you. And I mean, if a lot of your people who are coming to you in your actual business right now are in that space, that is really a beautiful niche that you might want to look at. The other way you could go is you could have it a bit more of a broader group. So, and I know we discussed this a couple of weeks ago, and looking at, I think when we were talking about it though, we were more talking about the mum market, and, you know, that's a fairly broad market. So you could look at a, you know, healthy mums, and I'm pretty sure that URL's probably taken, but you could look at a very broad kind of Facebook group in that sense. I guess that what you want to have a look at here is this Facebook group is essentially you're nurturing them and they are your clients or future clients. So you really want to know, it's great to have a group open to all mums in the world, but will they necessarily be your clients in the long run, or will you have 20,000 people in there potentially who are just kind of hanging out? So I guess when you're looking at what the group's for, and really there has to be some kind of strategy behind the Facebook group. So obviously support is a main thing for you. So your strategy is maybe to cut down on the contact you're getting sort of one-on-one, and being able to have an open forum for people to connect in there. So in that sense, I would actually just look at the market that you're dealing with right now. So right now in your Kerrie Holmes business, you have female entrepreneurs, and actually health, in the health field, really, aren't they? So they're in that personal training.
They are,
Yeah. So you might want to sort of niche it into there for now. And, you know, that might be a really great connection to start making and building. Yes, I know you want to help mums out there. And this is what happens, unfortunately, when we need to start drilling in. It's like we do have to let some things just go for a minute, but there's definitely not saying that those mums won't be attracted to the product, and there's still going to be opportunities for you to get that product out there to other people down the track. But right now, I think it's really good to hone in on the Kerrie Holmes part, and build that foundation of what you want to offer and that community you want to build. And right now, I think that community is more around that female entrepreneur space.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
And I really enjoy it too. I really enjoy working with the women in the business, Yeah.
And I think too, the services that you can offer are gold to any woman in business, any woman really, but any woman in business. We all have our blocks. We all have our things we need to overcome. And you have that beautiful gift of being able to help people through that, as well as support them on their lifestyle journey. And it is so important to have all of that balanced out. So if you can offer, you know, that wide range of services, I think that's really gold.
Yeah, awesome.
Does that help? And I know...
Yeah, that's fantastic.
So it probably would just be thinking of a name, I guess, now to encompass that Facebook group. But there's definitely a beautiful community out there, I think, of ladies who you could definitely nurture. And it will start feeding, you know, they'll get to know and love you. you'll be building a warm audience for your future products. And the other thing is they'll be knowing about the nude superfoods. They will also have connections within the health and wellness industry. And it may be that you might not necessarily be targeting mums for the nude superfoods, but if you have an opportunity with these beautiful clients to sell it to them and then they start selling it to their clients, you know, that's when your mums might be getting touched, you know, but it doesn't mean it necessarily has to totally just come from you.
Yeah.
You could really find those opportunities through existing ladies that you're working with.
Yeah, I love that. I hadn't even thought about it.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. I'm glad. So does that help out with that question?
That's good. Yes.
Awesome.
Absolutely. Yeah, definitely.
Awesome.
Yep.
So is there anything else you wanted to cover off today while we have you here?
I did make a little list of a few things. I guess it's just engaging the client. So I just wrote down, how do I engage clients for both businesses? So I guess in the Kerrie Holmes, would you suggest that, because I'll have my products on the page in the website, do you think I should also have posts about, like, with recipes and healthy living, as well as maybe business-based posts as well?
Yeah, so I think we've always got to take it back to the client. So if our client is a female entrepreneur already in the health and wellness industry, but she's really busy at the moment, so she needs some help with her blocks. And, you know, occasionally she probably needs some inspiration with, you know, healthy living as well, because just because you work in the health and fitness industry doesn't mean that, you know, you have all of that stuff nailed either. So I feel like as long as it's a bit of a balanced approach, so I know for me, I do a bit of a mix of a bit of businessy stuff, a few recipes every now and then. It's just a real mix. And I think when you're building a business around that holistic kind of lifestyle, it's a really good idea to be able to show your clients that whole sort of scale of things. So I would say for you, because maybe it is more of the entrepreneur space, I probably would still be putting out a lot more content about, you know, money blocks and common problems that you're seeing these clients have. But then every now and then, you know, put up a recipe or a post of something that can help them support their immune system, you know, or help them de-stress, or, you know, things like that. So, but I'd probably put that in every now and then rather than the main kind of framework.
Yeah.
So I think that way
fantastic.
that way you'll really engage them on, because it really just comes down to what their common pain points are. And, you know, if their pain points are mainly these blocks, and that's really that's where you want to focus on what those blocks are and how you can sort of draw attention to them. And once you've got those pain points, that's when you can really start drawing up your copy. And also when you're posting on social media, being able to relate. You know, sometimes I put random posts up, random pictures, but I relate the copy back to something in my business. So as long as you're relating it back to your main message or whatever it is that you're speaking about at that time, trying to get out, then that's sort of how it all ties together. And just, you know, if you are your brand and getting your face out there more and, you know, being that presence, I think will help as well, because it'll get your clients very used to you and warmed up to the Kerrie Holmes that's helping them, guide them through these money blocks.
Yeah, that's awesome. I've really been ready and wanting to go out there into the big world. But I was just so caught up in who my ideal client was, like really getting my niche, and I was just so confused with it all.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's absolutely given me heaps to think about, for
Oh,
sure.
good.
I'm feeling a lot clearer now, actually.
Good.
So that's great. Thank you so
Awesome.
much.
That's all
awesome.
right. Yeah, I think sometimes we try and sort of reinvent the wheel, I think. But really, you've already got your existing clients there. So, and the ones you've got from Superfood already, it doesn't mean we need to like totally, do anything with them. They will be reoccurring clients already, and we'd love for them to tell their friends and family about it. There's definitely no discrimination for that product around who can use it. So that's totally fine. But I think if you focus more on that main umbrella of your business and just treat that as a product, that's really where it's all going to flow. And definitely tap into some of those connections you have in the health and wellness industry, because everyone is really trying to live better and trying to feel better and be better these days. And I think if you can tap into those resources that you already have, it might actually help expand that product more than you could just by yourselves, you know what I mean? Because you'll have more word of mouth and more connections to be able to spread the word.
Yeah.
I think that's a great way to go.
Yeah, love it.
Awesome.
I do too. That's fantastic. Thank you so much.
That's all right.
That's
I'm so glad that you got something out of it.
Thank you.
That's my first one done. So I'm,
absolutely
nerve-wracking for me. So I'm glad. Well, thank you so much.
It was perfect. Yeah, you absolutely nailed it.
Awesome. Thanks so much for joining us, Kerrie. And I really would love you to pop
Thank
back
you.
down the
Thanks,
track
darling.
and tell us a little bit more about how things go once you start making those changes.
I would love to. Thank you.
And before we go, can you just tell us a little bit about how we can connect with you online and with your website and Facebook?
Yeah, so Facebook is Kerrie Holmes Soul Searching, and I also have the Nude Superfoods Facebook, and websites are www.kerrieholmes.com and the www.nudesuperfoods.com.
Beautiful. It's such a
so you can have it. I know.
I say an extra www. Awesome. Thank you so much, Kerrie. It's been so great chatting to you.
Thanks, darling. Thank you.
See you soon. Thank you.